Hello, hello. Welcome back again to Bishop Chapter. These videos are flying at you recently. This time it's another puzzle commentary. And this time it's going to be puzzle number 4, which is called Medjed. So Medjed is this kind of quite obscure Egyptian deity. It became something of a meme and in joke, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. It's sort of a cultural phenomenon in Japan. There was this museum in Tokyo that had a lot of ancient Egyptian relics, and there was a figure that looked to be dressed in a sort of ghost costume. He was kind of a cone with legs and eyes, and the only thing known about him is a single reference in the Book of the Dead, which I've actually got up on a poster in the level, in the puzzle itself, I mean. So we'll see that in a second. I decided to focus on this guy because I thought it'd be interesting. I like the story around him and how he became something of a joke in Japan. He was even like a main character in video games, and he was featured a lot in comics. There's a lot of fan art. If you just search Medjed on Google, you'll find a lot of fan art of this guy. Some of it really, really overly detailed, but I think the interest lies in the mystery and how he's not really talked about. We only know one thing about him. And he's not really a deity of anything. As far as we know, he just sort of lived in the sky, and he fired beams from his eyes. Yeah, so that's what I went with. So we'll just jump into the video, and I'll explain a bit more as we go. So I've built the puzzle into a sort of like a cinema, and there's this theme that Medjed is watching you. I've sort of personified him a little bit. This puzzle ended up feeling a bit like a laser tag kind of thing, which was quite cool. There's a very, very loud, overbearing music track that comes in towards the bottom of these stairs. And so we're into the entrance of the puzzle. Got a few posters on the wall. This is the quote from the Book of the Dead I was talking about. I'll let you pause it to read it. But if you look at the words in capitals, the big words, unseen is the main kind of theme of this. So I kind of twisted it in a few ways. Unseen as in to not be seen by the red lights, and also unseen in the sense that to get back to the center of the puzzle, you have to rely on anything but your sight. If anything, your sight is being assaulted by the colors and the flashing lights, and the music originates from that pedestal there with the trophy on top. So however far out in the maze you are, you can always just, if you have headphones, follow your hearing and it will guide you back to the center. So it says here, my treasures lie at each magnetic tip, north, south, east, west. And you can see there's a little indentation at each point of the map. And that's where the treasures are. So essentially, you need to go out, you need to grab the 4 treasures, and you need to bring them back to the pedestal without being caught by Medjed's red gaze. You need to remain unseen. Basically, if you move while in the light and you're holding any statues, those statues disappear from your inventory and respawn where you found them at the points of the map. So through that, there are actually a couple of ways to play this. You can either go one at a time You run out, pick up one, bring it back to the center to bank it. Anything that's placed on the pedestal stays on the pedestal, even if you get caught in the lights. And the second way is obviously to go for a Hail Mary and run around the entire map, pick up all 4, and hope that you don't get caught, because resetting all 4 is likely to be annoying. The way it stands at the moment, the puzzle's quite easy. You just have to realize that all the lights are in the doorways, and there's a 2-second timer. So I'm demonstrating here how getting caught in the light sends the statue back to where you found it. I do want to modify this puzzle. There'll be a second sort of build of it where there are more lights, and they won't be in doorways, they'll be in random parts of the rooms, and those lights will come on when the doorway lights go off. So at any stage there is always a red light on. It just makes it a bit more challenging. So there we go, interact with the pedestal and it places the statue you were holding. So that was the top one, and now I'm working out how to get to the next one. Heading out, getting caught in the lights is fine because you're not carrying any statues. So it allows the pace to quicken a little bit in between. I put a lot of twists and turns intentionally to increase the chances that you just completely lose your direction. But it is still quite straightforward. And there's also a map next to each statue to remind you of where you are, how to get back. If you saw some of my other previous commentary videos, you've already seen this maze very briefly because there was a noon pipe down here. The timing, gotta get the timing right. They're on 2-second timers. I played around with faster lights, but walking through was quite hard because you can't sprint. I also tried to sync the lights up with the music. That'd be an interesting thing to try again. If you notice the walls, the way the light sort of plays out on them is interesting. I quite liked it. So all I've got in the scene is blue lights, but with the way I've set up the cell shading as part of the visual style of the game, it works on a tritonal system. So it's got a white, a black, and then a middle grey tone. And it's kind of applying that to the blue light, where the light is white no matter what, and the shadow is black no matter what. And it's kind of got this weird ring effect where it's picking up the point lights. I didn't like it at first, but you'll notice that as you move through the maze, the lights kind of bend and distort. And I quite liked the feeling that added to the maze, kind of like a dizziness almost. I basically wanted this puzzle to be as disorientating as possible for the player. Because that makes it a challenge. Cool, so there's one more statue left, and then we're heading back to the middle to complete the puzzle. It's quite an easy method for now to... What the hell am I doing? Oh, I'm showing off how the different sound works in the ears. I recorded this a few days ago, so I've forgotten the context for that. Yeah, I was showing how to find your way back, you just have to follow the sound. You need to keep it in front of you, not to your left, not to your right, but having it to your left and right can indicate which way to turn, because it's not a straight path to the center by any means. So yeah, it's not a finished puzzle. All the mechanics are there, the systems are in place. You know, the statues work, the lights work, the pedestal works. And I quite like the Medjed theme of being unseen. I'm definitely going to run with that. But it does need work. Needs a few improvements. But I won't be making those improvements in the first build. It's something I'll do later on. Here we go, cage. There's the Medjed trophy. And then, yeah, that's that done. That's the maze. The music over. The maze over. And you can head back and place the trophy on the console. So there we go, that was Medjed. It's yeah, it's an interesting one. I feel like it's got potential. It's not quite at the level that some of my other puzzles are, but I do want to keep developing the idea and hopefully put some other mechanics into it, put some other twists on the maze, see what happens. In the background of this, when it's not been the puzzle demo, you've seen kind of updated visuals of how the map's looking at the moment. There's a house, and it's got a fireplace, and that ties into the sort of subplot of the Aten puzzle, which I'll show soon. I've got the next puzzle to do first. I've got the gameplay recorded for it. It's that big spinning platform one that you may have seen in some of my other videos, but we'll be going into that puzzle, how that works. That one I'm really into. It's really fun to play, and yeah, I look forward to showing you that. That'll be in the next couple of days. Yeah, every day I'm getting closer to the end of this. I say the end, I mean it's not going to be 100% finished, but the end is in a solid start to finish build of the game where you can start the game, do the puzzles, open the gate, get out, and finish the story. It's the bare bones, but it's all I'm aiming to do at this point. I just need that framework there. Anything I sort of develop further, that'll be in the weeks and months after the alpha release. So yeah, that'll be cool. Be nice to get some people playing that, get some feedback, maybe make some changes I haven't thought of, fix some things I haven't found, some bugs, and yeah, thanks again for tuning in for this. There was no black screen this time in this video. I hope your eyes were visually interested throughout. So yeah, thank you again, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.